Can you walk?
I will scan you now. Scan complete.
Healthcare.
Big Hero 6 was a heartwarming, funny, action-packed, and family-friendly film that was a delight to everyone. Like every well-made animated film, Big Hero 6 was quite a number of Easter eggs and even references to other works that might have inspired its creators. In this video, we will be highlighting 16 well-hidden secrets that you might have missed while watching Big Hero 6. Without further ado, let's jump right in.
It's really not.
Listen, nitwit. A lunatic in a mask just tried to kill us.
Pixar. Fans of Pixar are not left out of the fun. There is always a thrill that comes with spotting the famous A113 that is referenced in almost every Pixar movie. For those who do not know, the A113 is a reference to a classroom used by animation students at the California Institute of the Arts. Notably, brilliant animators like John Lasseter and Brad Bird, who created Toy Story and The Incredibles, respectively, are products of that classroom. Big Hero 6 is not a Pixar movie, but for some reason still gave a nod to the classroom. As we can see the A113 in a shot of Hero's computer and schematics. Another reference to Pixar is the appearance of an Elastigirl action figure on the shelf of Fred's room.
I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
It works!
San Francisco. This is the fictitious city where Big Hero 6 is set. The whole idea is that Japanese immigrants helped rebuild San Francisco after the devastation of the 1906 earthquake. As such, if you take a closer look, you will see that San Francisco is not just a fusion of names, but also a fusion of American and Japanese architectural styles and culture. We also notice that a side-by-side comparison proves that the aesthetic of San Francisco was inspired by movies such as Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell.
There's gotta be another way. I'm not gonna leave you here. I'll think of something.
There is no time. Are you satisfied with your care?
WreckIt Ralph. Just like Frozen and Zootopia, WreckIt Ralph is arguably one of Disney's biggest works in recent times, so we are not surprised to see it referenced in Big Hero 6. While Hero and Baymax fly over the city, you'll notice a billboard on top of a local building advertising WreckIt Ralph. So we can assume that this movie is not just big in the real world, but also big in the fictional city of San Francisco. Another Easter egg that confirms this assumption is a cyborg action figure on the shelf of Hero's room, which is recognizably a figure from WreckIt Ralph.
That was a bird.
Well, at least we know our gear works.
Chicken Little. Still on the subject of popular movies in San Francisco, Chicken Little comes to mind. You can also spot a reference to this animated classic on a billboard over the skyline. We know Chicken Little is not one of the Disney's top computer animated works, however, we notice that it is one of the first as it was released way back in 2005.
Ready? And dive!
Tangled. Remember when Hero and Baymax rushed to the police station to report his stolen Mega Boots? We are sure that you do, but we also know that you might have not been too preoccupied to take note of the faces of the notice board behind the police officer. Two are very familiar faces within the Disney franchise. One face belongs to Nathan Greeno, who co-directed Tangled, while the other is Byron Howard, who co-directed Bolt. Wouldn't you like to know what they did while they got on the notice board?
The guy in the mask was carrying something with this symbol on it.
Apprehending the man in the mask will improve Hero's emotional state.
Frozen. Still on the notice board, we couldn't help but also notice Hans. Maybe Hans is not just a villain in Arendelle. He could have taken his mischief to San Francisco for all we know. Whatever the case might be, a picture of Hans can be seen on a wanted sign in the notice board. In another scene, we also get to see Baymax use a statue in the likeness of Hans as target practice. Hans is not the only reference to Frozen though. In the scene where Hero and Baymax fly over the San Francisco harbor, there is a ship that only viewers with a keen eye would recognize. It is a similar yet less antiquated version of the ship docked at Arendelle. There's also a sneaky shot of everyone's favorite snowman, Olaf, down on the ground as Hero and Baymax continue to soar over the city.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every time.
Zootopia. We think this particular Easter egg was sneaky because at the time Big Hero 6 was released in 2014. It had absolutely no meaning. It was only 2 years later when Disney released Zootopia that some viewers were able to catch the reference. Remember Honey Lemon's phone case? Yes, and it's recognizable fox shape. If you look closely, you will see that this is a reference to Nick Wilde in Zootopia, as the case was based on the character design for Nick.
I never should have let you help me. Baymax, find Callahan.
Lilo and Stitch. Fans of Lilo and Stitch, as well as every resident in Hawaii, know that ohana means family. This is a huge theme in the movie and is ultimately what makes it so wholesome. Anybody can recognize that this is also a theme in Big Hero 6. However, not everyone will notice that Stitch makes an appearance twice. The first time we see that Fred has a pillow with Stitch's face on it. We also see that Stitch is the only one of the family pictures behind Hero in the scene. This makes us wonder if we have a crossover on our hands.
Listen to the kid, Callahan. Please, let me go. I'll give you anything you want.
Mickey Mouse. There are a couple of references to the iconic Mickey Mouse throughout the Big Hero 6 film. In the scene where Hero and Baymax are around all those warehouses, one can make out the shadow of Mickey Mouse in the dark. We also spot Hero wearing a pair of Mickey Mouse branded shoes as he is mounting Baymax in another scene. Who knows? Wearing Mickey Mouse shoes just might be the equivalent of wearing Nike in real life.
We're going to catch Callahan. And this time, we'll do it right.
Oswald. Before Mickey's first appearance in Steamboat Willie, there was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who was arguably the face of Disney at the time. In this very quick shot, we see a sticker of Oswald posted on the roof above Baymax. Although Disney lost the rights to Oswald, we love the fact that the character got a little bit of the spotlight.
Your heart rate has increased dramatically.
Okay, Baymax. Time to use those upgrades.
Iron Man. In the scene where Hero visits Tatashi's robotics school, there is a man with a familiar beard controlling a cat in Iron Man's boots. Besides this man in a reactor arch and even a dummy arm. You see it, right? These are all Iron Man references. And there's also the scene, close to the end, where Baymax is falling deeper after pushing Hero and Callahan's daughter out to safety. This Baymax death scene is identical to that of Tony Stark's near-death experience at the end of the first Avengers movie.
This is your house?
I thought you lived under a bridge.
Well, technically it belongs to my parents.
Marvel characteristics. That's right, Iron Man is not the only Marvel character to referenced in Big Hero 6. Just like Elastigirl from Pixar's The Incredibles, you can see a couple of Marvel superheroes in the background of the scene. We can spot Black Talon, Amphibian, Orca, and Sleepwalker.
I regret any distress I may have caused.
How could you do that? I had him.
Stan Lee.
Dad.
I wear 'em front. I wear 'em back.
Just like you cannot talk about the Marvel characters without mention of Stan Lee, so also the comic writer himself makes a cameo in this film. He makes an appearance in the film as we learn that he is Fred's father and the family portrait on the wall. Then in a post-credit scene, the voices the character and teaches us how superheroes wear underwear.
Baymax. Destroy.
My programming prevents me from injuring a human being.
Not anymore.
The Iron Giant. Baymax definitely brings to mind another large machine that we all loved, the Iron Giant. The film's creators left many Iron Giant references, which makes us believe they drew inspiration from the character. First, the scene where Baymax sacrifices himself for Hero and Abigail is strikingly similar to a scene from the Iron Giant. Another similar scene is where Hero sends Baymax into kill mode to get revenge. The Iron Giant also has a scene like that.
You'll be dancing with these! Hand over the mask or you'll get a taste of this!
How to Train Your Dragon. We love that Big Hero 6 gives a nod to this DreamWorks production, How to Train Your Dragon. This came as a surprise to us as DreamWorks Pictures stands as a huge competitor to Disney. To begin with, TJ Miller, who voices the character Fred, also voices Tough Nut in How to Train Your Dragon. Then we see Fred wearing a dragon suit in this film, which bears a striking resemblance to Barf, the dragon his character rides in How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm so proud of you! Both of you!
Yes.
Back to the Future. Big Hero 6 touches on sci-fi and technology, and for this reason we are not surprised that it makes a reference to the Universal Pictures classic Back to the Future. In the scene where Hero is demonstrating the functionality of his microbots during the Science Expo, the work of another contestant is under some kind of review. Now we cannot help but notice the project was a brainwave analyzer, and it is one that only die-hard Back to the Future fans would be able to recognize.
Here's the best part!
Whoa.
Did you catch any of these cool references? Let us know down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any upcoming videos.
Who's next? Who has the guts to step into the ring with Little Yama?
Can I try?